Native to Southern Africa, vervet monkeys, or simply vervets, have a grey coat and a black face with white hair around it. Depending on gender, adults can weigh anywhere between 3 to 8 kg and measure in body length from 30 to 60 centimeters. Very cute.
Let's go, world! Hey guys, most of the information in this episode was researched from the VMF website. For more information, please visit vervet.za.org. First of all, let us tell you how we got here. We flew from Prague to Johannesburg through to London with British Airways, and it was a really cool flight. It was really nice. The only problem was they messed up our vegan option on board. But the staff on board were really on it. They went to first class and got some, salad and fruit and found some nuts and stuff for us. So we survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, these sort of things happen. I always take a backup anyway, so we had some vegan patties and they got us crackers, and one of the staff members gave us their own oatcakes and stuff like that. So
That was pretty good, yeah.
yeah. So there's not much you can do, but just always have a plan B just in case. When we arrived in Johannesburg, we actually pre-arranged transportation to get collected and dropped off in Zanin. So we arranged that through the VMF website. They give you details of someone that does this, and her name is Sandy. So she picked us up, collected us from the airport. She drove us to the bus station. On the way, she was like, "Oh, you've got quite a lot of time. Do you want to go to the Nelson Mandela Square?" And we were like, "Yeah." So we went there, and it was this massive statue. It was so cool. So
got some pictures with him,
yeah,
so it was pretty sweet.
got some selfies. It was pretty cool. Yeah, and then after that, we got to the bus station, and Sandy just chilled with us till the bus arrived. And
she told us about a lot of the cultural things, what to watch for, and
yeah,
just how
what
to
to
behave.
be, what to be aware of
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It was really useful information, and yeah, and she asked the bus driver to make sure that we got off in Zanin as well. So it was really
it was
helpful.
really nice service. Yeah, you can just prearrange this with Vervet Monkey Foundation. It's
Yeah.
for a fee, but I think it was pretty worth it.
Yeah, there was actually though a lot of people here opted not to do that option, and they got their fine, but just
Yeah.
because we've never been to South Africa before and we didn't know the deal and stuff,
And
I
they were
just
almost scaring us as well.
yeah, so I felt
yeah.
safer doing it this way.
So yeah, then we hopped on a bus, and it was a 5-hour journey. So yay, but it was fine. We got to nap and read or whatever, and the scenery was quite cool. It was changing from this dry lands, and then even later on we saw valleys, this canyon, and there were forests as well.
Yeah, literally every different scene that you think you
Yeah.
could see was on this bus journey.
That was pretty crazy, really nice. And then we arrived to Zanin, and 2 members of staff were already waiting in there in front of the bus, so it was cool. And another girl actually was on the bus with us called Anna, and we were like, oh, is she gonna go to the same place as us? 'Cause
Yeah.
she was the only white person there, but apart from us. So it was really cool. They picked us up. It's Will and Ed, and it was his first time driving as well.
Yeah, and we were in an open back truck, so we were sitting in the back with our luggage and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, this is my first time driving. Good luck and shit."
Yeah, good sense of humor. So, it all went fine, by the way.
When we arrived at the foundation, we were greeted by the volunteer manager, and she showed us to our cabin. She then took us up to the cottage and introduced us to some volunteers. We had our dinner, and then I needed some toiletries, so she took me over to the gift shop, and it was so cool because everything there's obviously vegan and chemical free and just really cool stuff.
Yeah, because the whole foundation is vegan. So
yeah, so I was it was just ace being able to not read the back of everything. It was super
they have
awesome.
books as well, and it's
Yeah,
really cool the
really-
way they promote it.
Yeah, they've got really cool items. Yeah, and then after that we were knackered, obviously, so we just kind of came back to our cabin and unpacked and had a shower and died in bed.
Yeah, that was our evening basically. So let us now talk a little bit about brief history of the foundation, and just to introduce it in a little bit more detail. So the Vervet Monkey Foundation, or VMF for short, is a non-profit organization established in 1993 and is based in Zanin in South Africa.
It provides sanctuary and rehabilitation to vervet monkeys and other primates, as well as education to the public about them.
Yeah, it is a member of the Pan-African Sanctuary Alliance and the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries. Fancy.
It was founded by Dave DeToy and his friend Arthur Hunt. Sadly, Arthur passed away in 2009.
Yeah, and now the center is run by Dave and Josie Dutoy. They are really nice people. We actually got a presentation here from Dave himself, which was really inspiring. It was about his life and the story behind the sanctuary, really, how it got all started.
Yeah, so it was really interesting. Like, long story short, he came across this baby monkey, looked for its mother, couldn't find it anywhere, panicked because he knew the monkey would die. He didn't know how to feed it, so he was like, "Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll phone up wildlife conservation." He called them, and instantly the person on the phone said to kill the monkey. So he was very confused, didn't know what was happening. He then called Kruger National Park, and the person on the phone gave him some advice, get some formula milk and all this sort of stuff. So he raised the monkey and started looking after it, and he started looking more into like, why is there a hatred towards vervets? Why does wildlife conservation not want to, keep them safe and populated and stuff like that?
Yeah, he also started getting into a lot of legal problems
Yeah,
because
lots
of
of
this,
court
because he was
battles.
reported and so he hooked up with his friend Arthur and they basically wanted to do something for these monkeys.
Yeah, they wanted to have somewhere safe for them, and they also wanted to educate people that they're not actually as menacing as what they are. And it's really interesting. It's so inspiring, like when he was talking, like they were just two individual people, and
Against everything, the
yeah,
system.
the whole system. And now there's at least three vervet sanctuaries in
Yeah.
South Africa, and there's a lot more people educated about them, and they're not seen. Well, a lot of people still see them as vermin, but like a lot more people are educated now as well, which is like, I can't believe
So,
he did it. Like,
so obviously there is, the whole actual history of this foundation is like very detailed, but we don't have time to go through everything.
I
But
know,
it
and
was
he
it
it's
was
just
such a
so.
beautiful story.
Yeah,
Like,
like he did it all just because he like loved this one monkey and wildlife in general. Like,
yeah,
he just couldn't understand, like, but why should it be killed? Like,
yeah.
why do you want to
This
why
one question just like
yeah.
spawned everything.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
amazing.
so cool. So yeah, by the way, if you come volunteer here, you can hear it too. Let's now come to the present and look into their current mission in detail. They have a 23-hectare facility which currently houses over 600 monkeys and provides several services and programs. The first is rehabilitation of orphaned and injured primates. You want to give an example, Laurie?
Yeah, so a lot of the time, maybe some locals will shoot them with pellet guns, and the monkey won't die and will become blind or
Mm-hmm.
seriously injured, and then we'll fix them all up and take care of them. If we don't have the information where the monkey came from, then we can't. There's nothing we can do. Like, we can't go and just release them into the wild because they need to be with their troop. So
Mm-hmm.
what we do is we do a slow integration process. So a troop here will accept them, and they kind of just like live out their lives as peacefully as they can here. Another example is, car accidents. A lot of them come in from being attacked by dogs. And so a lot of them are ex-pets as well, like from the
Yeah.
pet trade, like people, yeah.
So anything connected to these monkeys, the center can deal with it. Yeah, and with the babies, they aim to integrate them into the troops here with a foster mother, which is
Yeah.
like really nice. The next point is they provide a program to research of the claims of damage and problems caused by vervet monkeys and offer possible solutions to coexistence.
Yeah, so for example, that would be like a farmer complaining, saying that there's vervets like destroying his crops, and that's why he's killing them and harming them, sort of thing. So there'll be people here that will go talk to the farmers, talk to the locals, and be like, what's the problem? Really investigate it and stuff like that, and they'll come up with solutions, or just educate them of what's actually happening.
Yeah, and it leads to the next point as well, which is they also provide provided an education program to inform the public of the role that the vervet monkeys play in the ecosystem and how to prevent human vervet conflict, which is really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's really cool is like last week they had about 70 kids from one of the local schools, and they were taking them round and like just, educating them about vervets, and it was really cool. And they also do a lot of surveys and go to a lot of fairs and stuff like that around Zanin. So they really do try to get feedback and try to figure out what people's current thoughts are about vervets today.
Yeah. It's all about education, guys. And the next point is they provide a sanctuary for primates unfortunate enough to be unreleasable. Like as we mentioned, there could be blind ones, or, if it's like a small family or a small troop, you cannot just release them. They need to be
Yeah.
familiar with the habitat and everything. So,
Yeah, the problem is there's nowhere really safe to release them, and there needs to be the right conditions for them. And
yeah, it's very complicated. It's not just about release rates,
yeah,
you know?
that's true. And yeah, and we've got quite a few like special monkeys that are like, one of them's brain damage from being shot by a pellet
Yeah.
gun, can only turn like in left circles. And yeah, really sad cases. And a lot of them are, like we said, are ex-pets, so they're just completely humanized, and they don't
Yeah.
have any really instinct of
Or
like how to
interest
live.
with hanging out with
Yeah,
anyone else.
yeah,
Just
that's
like,
true.
it's sad. The next point is an opportunity for volunteers to study the lifestyle and environment of the vervet monkeys and to become involved in their conservation and rehabilitation. So that's what we are doing, and it's really amazing to see their behaviors and to basically just get to know about these monkeys and how they behave and how they
Yeah.
live in these families and the whole structure.
Yeah, and it's
It's
really
very
cool. And like
interesting.
for people who are like studying to be vets and stuff like that, like there's so much like hands-on practice. Like just now we just went through like a whole period.
Vasectomy
Yeah,
thing,
like a
yeah.
whole period of catching all the bandits, which is the wild monkeys that live around
Because they
in
would
yeah,
they would come to the fences and have a good time with the troop monkeys. So
yeah,
yeah,
so they get vasectomized, and that's like, one of the ways that they're trying to keep the numbers down and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So yeah, there's like lots of hands-on things for like the vets and nurses, and it's just really, really cool, like educational,
Yeah,
like
and that's what the next point is about as well, which is opportunities for vet nurses, gap year students, and those involved and interested in primate conservation and behavioral studies. And the final point is very amazing, which is the promotion of a vegan lifestyle to help sustain the environment, prevent habitat loss and animal suffering, and to make a contribution towards helping many of the world's issues.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and you
my
can really
favorite.
feel it here.
It's my favorite one, yeah. And it's so cool. Like they've got this chef here, and the food is just amazing. Like, and
Guys, you have no idea.
there's so many people here that actually aren't vegan, like at all, and they keep coming back. Like, there's someone that came back for like a year, and he's just not vegan. There's someone came back for 2 years, and he's not vegan back home. He's been here before already, and it's just so amazing. Like meeting people that are just willing to adapt to that lifestyle because they love this place so much and love the message that they're putting out. And it's just amazing. Like it's really cool, like
It's
meeting
got
so
a really
many
cool
like,
vibe,
yeah,
yeah.
like so many like mind-opening people.
Yeah, and it's the whole place is very eco-friendly, which there is different things how they kind of project that.
So the first one is the VMF obtains 80% of its power consumption from solar power to help promote a sustainable lifestyle. They
Yeah,
also have eco toilets, which are dry eco toilets,
pretty
so
cool.
you don't need any water. Um, they have all of their like cleaning
Disinfecting, yeah.
products, disinfectants, everything like that. It's all chemical free. And the reason as well it has to be chemical free here is because when it is baby season, anyone that is working with the babies can't use any chemicals on
Yeah,
themselves.
because
So
it's hands-on.
yeah,
Yeah, so.
which is really cool. And obviously they only serve vegan food as well,
So
and
it's very
you're
eco.
yeah, and you're not allowed to take anything that's not vegan onto the site as well.
Now let's just look into some general details about the place. So first of all, let's see the structure, yeah? Imagine At the top of the sanctuary is the volunteer cottage, or which houses like a kitchen as well. There's like a kitchen. There's like this meeting area, and also like the
Game,
whole.
yeah, it's like called a
Yeah.
games room, so it's kind of like a lounge. It's got lots of sofas, and there's like a ping pong
Everyone's
table,
hanging
and
about. It's really
yeah,
cool.
it's got
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah. And then if you're moving down, there's the office that was newly built, so you'll get all the management stuff there. Um, Going like further down, you would have the main feed area, which that's usually where all the workers are like stationed. Like all the food prep is done there for the monkeys. Um, Going further down, there's the sick bay, which is the center of all like how would you call it, like of all like the
They say,
operations
yeah,
about
they
the.
say it's like the heart of the operation. So,
Mm-hmm.
everyone kind of like reports there. Like it's like the main water station.
Mm-hmm.
It's where you just kind of check in on things, and yeah, it's
But
kind of like the hub.
mm-hmm. But then obviously you have the sections, which are the main big parts around the sick bay and the main feed even, and those are like top, middle, and bottom, and each of those sections are housing several troops, which is
Yeah,
like a fenced area which has like one troop in it, which is composed of few families of monkeys.
yeah.
Makes sense. Um, and at the bottom of the sanctuary, there is the volunteer village, which has several basic accommodation cabins for the volunteers. It just makes a small village, basically.
Okay, getting back to the food because that's one of my favorite things. For breakfast, we just make it ourselves. So there's like bread provided. There's always like leftovers in the fridge, so you can make stuff up. Sometimes there's avocados, there's oranges, there's like pears, apples, there's fruits, there's peanut butter, jam. Like
Coffee.
yeah, there's tons of stuff. Yeah, so you just like make your breakfast, and then we get our lunch and our dinner like cooked for us. And just now it's like a professional chef called Will, and he is amazing. He's an absolute god in the kitchen.
He's a wizard,
Yeah,
yeah.
he, like for example, today he cooked us like a vegan English breakfast. So we had like hash browns, mushrooms, tomatoes. He made up seitan and like squash and
It's
what
always different each
and
day.
baked beans, and like it was just amazing. Like all of it together was amazing. Like yesterday we had burgers, like, and he makes desserts and just everything. Like I'm so excited to see what's for dinner tonight, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when Will is off, like volunteers are nominated to cook.
Or, yeah, they
Yeah, so
basically
luckily
volunteer as
enough, no
well.
one's experienced me and Yuri's cooking,
Yeah.
but
Everyone's still alive.
yeah, but like it's been really good. Like, people make pastas and chilies and burritos and just really cool stuff. Like it's ace.
So talking about accommodation, there is two types of it. You can either be in the village, which is like the basic one, or you can pay some extra and get like a private cabin, which has got several advantages, which is you have electricity in it, there is more privacy, and you also get like a shower and a toilet that's just shared by less people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we also get our washing done for free, which is amazing,
Wow.
by Gloria, who's also like a complete
She's so cool.
goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just like pop up your washing in a bag, and then you get it back basically the next day. It's so cool. Yeah.
Amazing. About the weather, when we arrived, it was kind of
It
warm,
was
but
really nice. It was probably in 30s, but it like was quite cold in the mornings, and the temperature would drop really rapid in the evening. So, and it's quite windy here, which is really nice. So you get like
it
a bit
is.
of a breeze.
Yeah, but then one night it rained a lot. It was like a storm, so that
Yeah,
was
there
quite
was
cool as well.
thunder. Yeah,
And then few days it was a little bit cold. Like
yeah.
you
It's
get
like
like really different weather conditions here.
yeah, and
Like
it's really dramatic. Like I thought Scotland was hyped, but South Africa just doesn't know what it's doing
say,
with itself.
yeah, you can start like in the morning with 15 degrees, and in the afternoon you have 40.
Yeah, and it's really fucked up. Like no, seriously, like so we went to a spa nearby with a pool, so it's like 40 degrees, yeah. So you're roasting, you're like, okay, and I just jump in the pool and I nearly got a shock. Like
It was like
it was
10
like
degree
ice.
water, right?
No, it was like ice. I was like, why is the water not warm, right? And then so like if you want to like bathe in cold water, like warmish water, it's not possible. But then when you try to drink cold water, the water's warm, and then when you try to shower, the water's warm. So it's like really hard to maintain like a cool temperature because like no like South Africa like doesn't know
There's
what to do.
obviously a shortage of water as well, so you can't just like
that's
have
true.
pools or
We
whatever.
we also went to a waterfall and the water was fucking freezing. Like I just don't get it here. But nowadays it's like just super super hot and it's the temperature isn't dropping at night, so we're
Yeah.
kind of struggling a little.
And as work goes for volunteers, we'll have a whole episode about that, which is the next one, so you can look forward to that. So what can you actually do to help yourself?
Yeah, so one option is you can donate. The Vervet Monkey Foundation is not funded by the government and therefore relies entirely on contributions from the public and volunteers. So they've got like different options. So you can make like just a simple one-off donation, or you can do things like adopt a troop. You can name a monkey in a troop, or you can name a bandit. You can also purchase something from their online shop, and all the proceedings kind of like, just goes back into the foundation.
Yeah. And they also have this whole campaign called the Vervet Forest, which aims to protect, reclaim, and restore degraded or damaged habitat through the acquisition of land for the release of rehabilitated vervet monkey troops, which is absolutely amazing. There is a whole documentary about it. The screens all around the world, and all the proceedings just go into this project, and you can donate money also just to this cause, and they have their own like online shop and everything.
Yeah, so a simple version of that is basically they want to buy a massive piece of land and build and restore a forest and get a really ace like ecosystem back and have somewhere safe to release vervet monkeys.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So another thing also is to volunteer. So we've done it, and it's a really beautiful place, and we encourage anyone to actually come and see it. It's really safe. Like we've not experienced any problems, and it's a beautiful place to work.
Yeah, it's
So
nice.
if you're interested in any of the above we mentioned, you can find some information on their website, which is vervet.za.org, or you can email Josie at josie@vervet.za.org.
Our special thanks and shout out goes to Dave DeToy for just being so amazing and starting this whole foundation and, not giving up through all the hard times and, trying to make the world like a safe place for all these monkeys.
Yeah,
and
it was pretty cool.
yeah, just honestly being so inspirational.
If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Laurie and Jiri Go Wild. We'll be releasing pictures and updates about our travels there. If you have any questions, suggestions, or would just like to say hi, you can personal message us through our Facebook page or by email at ljgowild@gmail.com.
So this is it, guys. Have a lovely day, wherever and whenever you are. Stay inspired, happy, and wild.
Much love, guys.
Bye.
Bye.